Okay, and we're back. So, there are 2 undefeated teams remaining in the NFL, and the Chargers are not one of them. Damn it! Damn it! Let's get into every single game of the stupid Week 4 of the stupid 2025 NFL season. Welcome to the newest episode of SDW.
Super Dario World!
Okay, as you might have noticed, I am not using my Chargers jersey because I can't use the jersey of losers. I can only use it if they win. It's one of the rules. It's one of the things that we agreed to when we started this. And Eric, where the fuck are you? Eric.
No!
What are you doing?
No!
Get back on screen. What the hell are you doing?
Not doing it!
Be a man. Put your ass back on screen.
They're gonna laugh at me.
You know what? We deserve it. We deserve to get laughed at. We deserve to get. We were talking shit last week, and now we gotta pay the piper. So get up out here. Get it. Do it.
Oh Jesus!
You know, you look like somebody, but I can't quite put my finger on it. I eventually I'll figure it out. But you look like somebody like from a movie. You know, like probably
Was it a good movie?
I don't remember, but maybe like a musician or something. You got that shaggy look going. I don't know, but if that's what you were going for, you nailed it.
Maybe the piano helps.
You know what? That might be it. Anyway, before we get into it, let me just give you a quick reminder that any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Dario SDW and at Super Dario World. If we get up to 10,000 subscribers, I said that I would go on a 10,000 mile road trip across the U.S. and I'm regretting that. I immediately regretted that. Let me tell you why. Let's say I do it. Let's say I do a 2-week road trip, which would require me to take off 10 days from work. Best case scenario, I can get 16 days, right? If I take 5 days 1 week. So if I do Saturday, Sunday, then 5 weeks, then Saturday, Sunday, then 5 days, and then Saturday, Sunday, that would be 16 days with me taking 10 days off of work. That would be 16 days to travel 10,000 miles. That's over 600 miles, I think, per day. So I'm regretting it. Even if I do it in 20 days, it would be 500 miles per day on average. So I'm regretting it. I think it's a bad idea. I think I may have to tweak that. But for the moment, the 10,000 number seems so crazy far. I'm like, let's see how this plays out. I may need to start a GoFundMe to get $10,000 to go on the 10,000 mile road trip. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
10,000 for 10,000 for 10,000. Let's go.
Yeah, you know what? That could work. That could work. By the way, for some reason, the chat's a little weird. So if it doesn't pop up or something, I will try to monitor it on the actual YouTube app. But I think it takes a little longer there. So sorry if we don't notice everything that's being said. But let's get into it. Wait, before we get into it, let me just give everybody a quick reminder that they can still join our Pick'em League. They can go to NFLPicksPage.com. The pool's name is SDW League. Password SDW, all capital letters, 2025. It's getting harder now because I think let's see, you would start in last place, and last place is okay, so first place is in 48, last place is in 33, so you would start 15 points behind. I'm looking at the standings right now. Let me put them here on the screen, and I did better this week. I did better than you. I did 1 point better, and so I'm clawing my way back, man. You're on the way. I'm clawing my way back. I'm still really far down. You know, I'm still like tied for 7th place. But you know, you're 48 out of 15. I'm 40 out of 23. I still have a shot. It's a long season to go. I just need you to have a bad week. What's up?
I'm tied for first, but but they put me in the second slot. I don't like that.
It's probably alphabetical. No, that doesn't make sense. It's probably because you're new, and he was on last season. Does that make sense? I don't know. I don't know. Cheating. All right, let's get into
You
it.
know, and just sort of just like a small rant. In like wrestling, you
Okay.
know how there's the main event where it's
Yes.
like the guys that go on last. You know, the main stars.
Yes.
Sometimes they have this thing where it's like, oh, we're gonna have a co-main event. You know, where it's like the second to last and then the last. They're exactly the same in importance, and everybody's like, yeah, no fucking way,
Yeah.
fucking bullshit. That's
That.
just the cope.
Yeah. It's like co-headliners. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. That's, just as bad as somebody telling you that a tie is a good thing, but anyway.
You know, I love ties when it comes to freaking doing the playoff math.
Sure, it's helpful there, but in general, you don't want to tie. You don't want to tie. Anyway, let's get into it. Thursday night football, we had the Seattle Seahawks visiting the Arizona Cardinals, and they wore this really weird new uniform, which I didn't hate. Did you watch the game?
The Cards Seahawks, a little bit. I was actually working during it.
Yeah, it was interesting. The Seahawks dominated most of it. At the end, it looked like the Cardinals had an opportunity to take it. And then the big controversy of the game is, well, first off, Marvin Harrison Jr. keeps dropping balls. And second, well, he did catch a touchdown at the end where everybody was like, redemption, this is redemption. It's like, is it really? I mean, you'd be winning if he hadn't dropped all the other ones. One of them actually led to an interception. So then it was bad, but whatever. At the end, it's, new kickoff rules. And because of the new kickoff rules, the ball did not land on the landing zone. And so the Seahawks started with the ball in like the 40-yard line. So they only had to move 20 yards to get a field goal and win the game. So it's one of those things where you're like, man, I get it. But you wouldn't have been complaining if the shoe was on the other foot. Maybe get a better kicker.
How are we feeling so far about the new kickoff rules? I think it's been long enough that we've seen it, play. How are we feeling about that?
I feel like it's way better than last year, for sure, because we were actually getting a little bit more kickoffs.
It feels like an actual play now.
Yeah, okay, as somebody who played football in high school, not college, not professional, obviously, I can tell you that even on that level, kickoff was the worst play ever. The way that we had it, just running full steam against another fool, I hated it. So if I trying to look at it like if I'm a player now, I would prefer it, because again, getting 20, 30 yards of steam and just ramming up against a fool, that was not good. That was not fun. So I think it is safer if that's the objective. They've tried to make it complicated enough so it's actually a play where the kicker's talent actually matters. It's not just just kick it out of the end zone. No, it's like, all right, if you hit it in this area, you get benefits. So I like that part. I think it's way more interesting now. So overall, I'm not gonna say 2 thumbs up, but maybe like a solid thumb up. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like it definitely way better than. It feels like the last couple of seasons, the kickoff has just been it's just a given. Like not even a reason to watch it.
It's better than just kicking it off the end zone, because that was just all right. So we'll just starting off at the 35-yard line or the 30-yard line. I don't even remember how they had it, but anyway, this game was fun. The Seahawks look legit. Sam Darnold looks pretty competent up there. So the defense is stingy. So good things in the horizon for the Seahawks. The Cardinals, on the other hand, I don't know what the fuck they are, man. They're
bad.
They need to. I don't know if they need to fire their offensive coordinator and start fresh, or well, I mean, if their receivers stop dropping balls, that'd be better. But it's not good. It's not good. Kyler Murray, I heard a description of him, and I like it. So they were trying to defend Marvin Harrison Jr. And he's like, they were saying that he's a young kid, he's new, blah, blah. He's still barely not a rookie anymore, but he's still very green. And he has the most erratic quarterback in the league throwing balls for him. And it's like, that's a great way to describe Kyler Murray. He's always running around. And so it's
erratic.
Yeah. And so it's very, I mean, because he can't see, he's too short. and so he's always kind of scrambling and running for his life. So it's very hard for you to develop that chemistry if you're, let's say, if you're somebody who needs like structure, like go this way and blah 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 in order to make things work. If your quarterback is erratic and you kind of need to do erratic things to make plays work, no wonder you're out of sync. You know what I'm saying? So it's clearly there's a problem over in Arizona, and maybe they'll figure it out, maybe they won't. But by the way, LG Boy says something. Man, we need to address the O-line. Just hope Becton comes back soon. We'll get to the Chargers. We'll get to the Chargers.
Do we have to?
Yes, we kind of have to. It's
you know, I do feel like the Marvin Harrison situation is going to be one of those, he's going to eventually leave to another team and he's going to become a superstar.
You know what? Good for him if he does. But anyway, let's move on to the first ever Irish football game, or not Irish, I guess, football NFL game in Ireland between the Minnesota Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers, where the Pittsburgh Steelers managed to sneak away with a 24-21 victory. This game, I don't know exactly how to describe it because I don't know what the Pittsburgh Steelers are. The defense looked really good. They had a bunch of turnovers at some point. The offense looked good. They were moving the ball. They were embarrassing the Minnesota defense. And still, it feels like they just barely survived. Like they barely managed to get out of there with a victory. So it's, I don't know. I don't know what they are. The Pittsburgh Steelers, I think it's like the hardest team to actually decipher if they're good or not. Because I mean, they went up against the Vikings. What are they?
They are winning their division. That's what they are.
No. They are dominating their division. Okay, that they have a two game lead on the Browns and the Ravens, and the Bengals don't even exist anymore. They don't count. They don't even count.
I find it funny that, okay, like, so you can talk, you know, the Bengals, you know, obviously, but man, they fucking lost Joe Burrow. They don't have a fucking quarterback. They're done. Then you can talk the Ravens. They're like, their defense is fucking like injured to shit. Like they're fucking done. And the Browns is just like, they're the Browns.
Yeah. You don't need to say anything. Everybody understands that. Everybody's like, yep, they indeed are. But you know, only thing that matters is that you win at the end, and they won at the end. So yeah, good for them, I guess. Next, we have the Washington Commanders visiting the Atlanta Falcons and getting their asses beat 27-34. The Falcons, it was Jekyll and Hyde, man. Last week they were left at 0 by the freaking Carolina Panthers, and this week they were just kicking ass and taking names. Like Michael Penix looked like a competent QB. Like he actually looked like a starting QB in the league. Let me just see his numbers here. 20 out of 26, 313 yards, 2 TDs. Bijan Robinson was running all over the place. Granted, it was against Marcus Mariota, not against Jaden Daniels. But the point is, how is it that they were able to score against a team that's supposedly better than the Carolina Panthers? I don't know. I don't know what the Falcons are.
I mean, the Commanders are also injured to shit, but you know, you get embarrassed, you get freaking shut out 1 week, and you want to roar back, right?
True, you come back with a vengeance, with health.
That's why I'm looking at the Titans this week. I'm like,
Oh, we'll get to the Titans next.
You remember the Titans?
The game that I did. The game that everybody expected to be a blowout, but actually wasn't that bad. The New Orleans Saints visiting the Buffalo Bills. Now, I know a lot of people are saying like, oh my God, the Saints were not that bad. They were actually, you know, pretty respectable in this loss, blah, blah, blah. From what I saw, this looked like a game where the Bills were like, okay, let's just kind of not expose our playbook too much. Let's just kind of keep things simple in a way. I mean, I didn't see them try to do anything that crazy, or they did experiment a little, but I didn't see them, you know, like actually put things into their top gear, if you know what I'm saying. They were firmly in control most of the time, and Spencer Rattler for the Saints, I believe he's now 0-10 as a starter, so I don't know what the Saints are doing. They tried to do a trick play, to score against the Bills, and the Bills ended up getting an interception out of that, I think. And so you're like, why are you trying trick plays? You can't even do normal plays well. It's what are we doing here? Maybe get the fundamentals right first, and then you try trickery. I don't know. It's looking better than I expected, at least through the first month. But still, you can clearly see that the Saints are miles away from being a competent football team. Then
And the Bills is still the Bills.
Well, I mean, they had 10 days to prepare for this game. So, next, we have the Detroit Lions very comfortably beating the crap out of the Cleveland Browns. So, big news for this game is that, unfortunately for the Lions, 2 of their starting cornerbacks got injured. Cornerback DJ Reed and Terrion Arnold. It looks like Reed will be had a hamstring and will be out for a while, and Terrion Arnold is week to week. So not good that the Lions are starting to get injured on defense again, particularly on corner, but their pass rush has been pretty good. They've been mauling people up front other than the first game of the season. So hopefully they'll be able to bounce. Hopefully this won't stop their march this season. Let's just say that. Next, we have the New England Patriots beating the ever-living crap of the Carolina Panthers, which is, again, Carolina Panthers beat the Falcons 30-0 last week. This week, they got the snot beat out of them by the Patriots 42-13 in the best game that I've seen Drake May play ever. So, I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know. Is it
the Panthers QB who just went up into the podium and said, "Yeah, we playing like ass"?
Nope. That was the Titans QB.
Titans, right? That's Cam Ward.
That's Cam Ward, Titans QB. So, I don't know what to do with either of these teams. So apparently the Patriots look really good if they don't fumble the ball in the red zone. So we know that. The issue is, them not fumbling in the red zone. But the Panthers, they're good in division, I guess. I don't know, man. Like, I'm just going to chalk it up to my old reliable, and that's that I do not know shit about fuck when it comes to the NFL. Next.
You really don't.
In a game that I don't want to talk too much about, but the Chargers lose to Jackson Dart and the New Jersey Giants 18-21 in the biggest upset of the weekend, probably. Two big pieces.
Officially the quarterback with the best win-loss percentage.
What do you mean?
Well, Jackson Dart is 1-0, right?
So he's batting 1,000.
Yep.
Okay.
Or infinite.
I guess. Two big pieces of news for this game. Bad news for the Giants. Their star wide receiver Malik Neighbors has a torn ACL and will be out for the remainder of the season. Bad news for the Chargers. Their starting left tackle Joe Alt has a high ankle sprain and will be out for several weeks. It's not clear how long he'll be out. So, what can I say about this game? Let's talk about the Giants for starters. The defense was playing with their hair on fire. Like the front.
Congratulations to that fucking defense. Holy shit.
Yeah, the front seven was deadly, and the corners were playing their asses off. Now, granted, it's very easy to cover a wide receiver when you only have to cover them for half a second. But because your pass rush is already killing the other quarterback. But they did look like a team that was desperate. Teams without a win are not the ideal teams to go against because they're playing desperate, they're playing hard, they're hitting hard, they're desperate to keep their jobs, they're desperate to keep their head coach's job, and they got the little extra momentum of the new quarterback in there. What's up?
That's what I'm saying. I feel like once they saw that Jackson was moving the ball and he was starting to get some plays in there, I think that's the type of stuff that gives the players just enough motivation to be like, wait, maybe we got a guy here.
Yeah, it's key. Like once you see you have a functional offense and you're playing with a lead, you're like, okay, the defense is always fired up. They'll be like, all right, we got to keep going. We got to keep going. We got to keep going. So,
and I feel like they'll play extra hard if it's, you know, it's the rookie QB, because they're like, dude, we got to lead, and like we got to make sure, like, you know, we got to keep this shit going. You know,
we don't want Russell again. We don't want Russell back.
No, never Russell again.
So my big critique for Jackson Dart here is that the dude takes too many hits. That's not a recipe for a good career. Like, he took unnecessary hits. There was a scramble, I think he had for like 15 yards. He was close to the end zone, but he was clearly way past the sticks. So he already got the first down. He could have just slid, but he actually tried to go forward, and he took a nasty hit. And so I was like, dude, okay. He looks like a big dude. He looks like thick. Many times you could tell that when a Chargers defender hit him, they were like, oh, he's not going down. Like, they expected him to go down before. But again, it happens when you play a guy for the first time. You don't know. You haven't seen tape on them, you know, being taken down or anything. So but
I mean, these college guys, they're used to, you know, running a lot and taking hits.
Yeah, but it's not the same level of competition. Anyway, so my critique for him, or my recommendation, is like, dude, learn how to slide. Definitely. Like, it's great that you're hustling and you're trying to get a little extra yard, but maybe learn how to slide. He did not have the greatest day statistically, because the defense actually, if you take away that first drive, the defense was mostly okay. When they did score, it's because they had the ball starting at the 1 yard line or at the 5. So both turnovers ended up with the ball in like the first 5 yard line, and they got 11 points off of that. So that's not good. So they're not helping, the offense wasn't helping the defense there. But the key thing is, if you are a New York Giants fan, the kid made the plays when they needed them. So he got a first down when they needed it. He managed to get him into field goal range when they needed it. So that would be a cause for hope. So that's all I'm going to say about the Giants and their prospects. They played with their hair on fire. That defense was nasty. LG boy, man, I hate these injuries. So on the Chargers side, if I'm going to tell the story of this game, or a friend of mine was like, dude, what the hell happened? Why did your team lose? And I was like, Joe Alt, our starting left tackle, who used to be our starting right tackle, got injured on the first quarter, I think. I think, what was it, the second drive? I believe...
I can't remember.
I believe he had 8 snaps, and in those 8 snaps, he didn't allow a single pressure. Everybody else on the line, I think, had double-digit pressures. So it's a big piece to lose. So they went into the game with a backup right guard. You lose your starting left tackle, who's already a backup left tackle technically, and your backup starting right tackle is injured. So he didn't play at 100%. They had people on the line who I'd never seen before. There was a dude who I'd never seen before. I didn't even know he was in the Chargers, so I'm assuming the line had no chemistry whatsoever. It's a bad recipe against that hungry or dangerous of a defense. So if I have to tell the story of the game or why that happened, it was because of that. Now we can move on to play calling. The running game was working. Omarion Hampton had the best game of his career as a Charger so far. He had a 54-yard touchdown.
54, yeah.
I don't understand why they didn't use him at the end of the game when they needed to move the ball. So play calling to me was suspect. But overall, I think it was a sloppy game overall. Like,
it was also they were moving slow at the end. You know, they had to they had 30 seconds, no timeouts. I mean, you gotta fucking hustle with that shit.
Oh, well, when they didn't have 30 seconds, they had way less, and it was because one of the sloppy things in the game, Tarheeb still was the person, the cornerback ended up being the returner, and instead of just going down or going out of bounds to stop the clock, he tried running all the way across the field, and he wasted 10-11 seconds there and only gained 4 yards. So it's one of those things where you're like, dude, you're not Darius Davis, our usual, returner. You don't want to be the returner, so just you cut the ball, go down, get 1-2 yards maybe running forward, and don't try to be the hero. It reminded me of I just want to make a play. Well, you ended up wasting over 10 seconds, and at that point they were critical. So that was sloppy there. There were a lot of weird drops. Like Lad McConkey had a drop on the first drive that he could have ran for 20 yards. They had more penalties. I think they had they had like 13, 14 penalties in this game, and in the entire season they've only had like 15. So they were playing sloppy overall. I think Conklin tripped Lad McConkey, which led to an interception. It was a sloppy game. So I expect them to to get chewed out a little, and to maybe they'll start getting their act together, because that was bad. They can't go out on the field like that. But what's up?
You want me to tell you the story of the game?
Sure.
I'll tell you the story. You listening?
All about how my life got twisted upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there.
Fuck MetLife Stadium, dude. That place is cursed.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
Everybody always gets injured there. Nobody plays well. The place stinks. Burnt to the ground.
That is like the alpha turf monster, like there's turf monsters everywhere, but that's like the alpha. That's the king. That's turf monster prime. You know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure I twisted my ankle just watching the fucking game.
I would not be surprised. But yeah, disappointing, very disappointing. This was a game that was like, dude, it's a free victory, and the Chargers.
I told you it felt like such a fucking trap.
Yeah, it's I blame you for this, by the way. So it's unfortunate
For being correct.
Fortunately, like the one silver lining here is that if it's a loss that's out of conference, so it doesn't hurt as bad. Now again, you lose momentum, you lost one of your star players. Now it sucks, the O-line, man. Like Rashawn Slater, Sion Johnson's been playing his ass off. The center and Bozeman hasn't been that bad. Mekhi Becton and Joe Alt. That was your starting five. That sounds kick ass. And now I believe we only have Sion Johnson and Bradley Bozeman, and you don't know who the fuck else. All right, because I don't know if they're gonna keep Pipkins on the right tackle. I'm assuming they're gonna move him to left. Maybe they're gonna move Mekhi Becton to tackle. I don't know what the fuck's happening, but they need to sign somebody probably, depending on how bad the Joe Walt thing is. Even if it's not that bad, they need to sign somebody. It's just extremely, extremely unlucky, and the bye week is still pretty far away, so it's a banged up team. Let me double check, because I don't remember seeing Denzel Perryman there either. So that's
when is our bye week?
You can check the calendar while I check this thing real quickly. Yeah, Denzel Perryman's not in there yet, so having Denzel Perryman there in the middle of the field would have stopped a lot of the runs from Cam Scadaboo, because Cam Scadaboo looks for a hit and Denzel Perryman delivers the hurt. So it sucks. It sucks. LG Boy saying, man, I don't know why Still was out there returning kicks at the end of the day. We gave that game away. If it wasn't for those 2 interceptions, Hampton was the only positive out of this game. No, I'll give you another positive, and it's gonna surprise you. But if you're looking for a bright spot here, I'd say Quentin Johnston. Quentin Johnston had 8 receptions for 98 yards and a touchdown. And one of those plays he did was crazy. Crazy. So this is the guy that nobody trusted, me and myself included. And again, we'll see how he does when the lights are the brightest, when it's a playoff game or something. But so far, he's leading the team in receptions, leading the team in yards, and leading the team in touchdowns. I thought this guy was going to be, at best, wide receiver 3. Turns out he might actually be a legit number 1. He's putting up number 1 numbers. So if you're looking for a bright spot, that means that we have 3 guys right now competing for wide receiver 1. So it's not just between Keenan and Ladd. By the way, Ladd did not look good at all. So if you're looking for another bright spot besides O'Marion, because Marion was great. I mean, 12 rushes for 128 yards, and a touchdown. The one bad part there is the 12 rushes part. He only ran for 12 carries. It's crazy. It's not just crazy, it's stupid. But whatever.
Is that play calling, man?
Let me see.
I don't know. I just don't know.
David Martinez, is it time to panic? Chuck Dominguez, ha 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 ha, you guys choke. No. Choking implies that we were ever in the lead, but we were not. We did not choke this victory away.
We just lost.
Suck
like
on
a
that.
bunch of losers.
Suck on that, Chuck. We're just losers. Let me see. Against the Chargers, yeah, QJ has really shut me up this year. Against the Giants, okay, so you guys choke against the Giants. And again, we hadn't lost against the Giants since the Eli trade. It's like we played them with hatred in our hearts, but alas, is it time to panic? I don't think so. Again, it's an out of conference loss. It's really bad. Our O-line is in shambles right now, but we have
at least we built up a nice little cushion of victories.
And divisional games, which is the key, divisional victories. So the most
like three of the 6 most important games of the season we won.
Yeah.
All right.
So the one thing I can say as a positive is that I think the Chargers already went against the most dangerous pass rushers and front sevens on their schedule until they see the Broncos in week 18. So that's the bright part. So, I mean, it can't get worse than this hopefully in that sense. By the time we start seeing more of the more dangerous pass rushing, the more dangerous defenses, we might start being okay. Like the Commanders have a good defense, but it's not as dangerous as the Giants defense, that front seven. The Dolphins, don't get me started. The Dolphins are not in that conversation. The Colts kind of are, but maybe hopefully by then Joe Alt's back. Hopefully by then the new line gets a little bit of chemistry. So I wouldn't say it's time to panic yet. And again, it's very convenient that the next game is at home and it's against an out of conference team. So the out of conference losses does not hurt that much. Also, it's good that the Dolphins got a victory out of the way. So now they're like not as desperate anymore, but we'll see. It's I don't know. It's really weird. The NFL is interesting because for 3 weeks we're like, yes, we're the best, we're unstoppable, and then after a loss you're like, oh my god, the world is on fire. Nothing could save us from this. And it was a bad matchup for key injuries, I guess, because I'm pretty sure that if Alt wouldn't have gone down, the results would have been different. I mean, Herbie did not look good, but it's because now instead of being comfortable with his blind side, now he has to actually look at it and he has to think 1 second more than he usually would have to think. So it was just unlucky, but that's the way it goes. Like, listen, if I have to take losing a star player, my best offensive player for the rest of the year, or losing my starting left tackle for a few weeks, I know which one I'm taking. So it's bad that we lost, but overall we
Come on, man, you don't need to make fun of the Dolphins any more than
dude,
necessary.
no. Let me see. Chuck, but isn't the Giants supposed to be a win? Easy win? No, apparently not.
We don't win those.
No, it was just, again, the deadly front seven and an injured O-line. That was the story of the game, and which led to turnovers in the red zone. That was the story of the game.
I think I've said this before, but I think I would rather see the Chiefs in the playoffs than the Browns.
What?
I'd rather the Chargers see the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Okay. No, I see your point. So you would rather play against them. Okay. I thought you meant you would rather
the toughest matchup.
You would rather see the current iteration of the Browns making it to the playoffs over us. I was like, what? But I mean, over the Chiefs, sure. LG Boy says, I really hated Eli, and now I hate Jackson even more for the Madison Beer stuff. There's no easy wins for Chargers. I did hear something about Jackson Dart saying that Madison Beer was his crush or something, but I don't
What's
care.
Madison Beer?
Madison Beer is the girl who Justin Herbert's dating. I apparently she's a singer. I've never heard one of her songs. I don't care. I don't care about that stuff. I care about the stuff on the field. Anyway.
Damn, good for Herbie though.
Yeah.
I'm looking at pictures here.
Like, dude, it's Jackson Dart can talk all the shit he wants. If he loses, I don't care. But he won, so now I'm upset. Anyway.
I will tell Herbie, don't put a ring on this one. I get bad vibes.
Fair enough. Next, we have the Philadelphia Eagles beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a very odd game. You know what? You know what's a fun stat? I'm going to share a couple of fun stats. First off, the Philadelphia Eagles did not complete a single reception in the second half. So, naturally, A.J. Brown kind of upset. He sent out a very cryptic tweet about quiet quitting. Like, don't complain, just, walk away quietly or something, blah, blah, blah. So he's not happy. With good reason.
I hate this. I hate the social media trend of, little passive aggressive, thing. I'd rather he just go on a live stream and be like, what the fuck are they paying me for? Just throw me the goddamn ball.
Listen,
I'd rather have that.
Listen, I get it. You can't argue with the strategy because they're winning. I hate it. I hate how it looks. I hate because I know the potential that team has, and so it sucks. It's very annoying to watch. But I can't argue with the results because they're winning. They're undefeated. They're the only undefeated team in the NFC. So I can't argue that. It just I honestly feel for freaking AJ Brown, because imagine being like, regardless of how you feel about him, but let's say imagine being one of the 10 best people in your area, like 10 best people in the world in whatever it is that you do. I mean, imagine being one of the 10 best. You could argue he's top 5, but for sure he's top 10. And your company doesn't use you. Like, that would drive me nuts. It would drive me nuts. I'd be pissed because I'm sure he gets bonuses based on performance. I'm sure that he's contemplating free agency, and he's like, well, I can't, when I'm negotiating, I can't say I did all these things, but because they didn't throw me the ball. So I understand it. However, fans don't give a shit because your team's winning. And so if they're winning, doesn't matter. But what's that?
That's the thing. I'm usually a very pro player on these sorts of conversations, but at the end of the day, you joined a team sport, buddy, and there's no reason for the Eagles to do any different.
Yeah.
As of right now.
By the way,
I don't feel like this type of game is the one where you go out and you start complaining about them not using you. Wait until you fucking lose because they didn't use you. That way you'll get more fan support, I think.
I don't know, man. I don't know. By the way, chat's asking to see a picture of Madison Beer, so I'm there you go. That's Madison Beer. Is that the same girl you saw?
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. For those who are wondering,
don't get me wrong. She a baddie, but
she looks better with black hair.
You know what I mean?
I'm looking at other pictures, but anyway. And LG boy, Eric's just being honest. That's just EG. That's just ego.
I'm always being honest.
Oh, okay. No, he's talking about the AJ Brown thing. Here's another interesting stat for you. The Philadelphia Eagles are 19-0 when Javonte Smith, AJ Brown, and Saquon Barkley are all in the same game. So again, no injuries, nothing. 19-0. and they don't even use two of those guys. It's nuts how crazy talented that team is. So they're winning ugly, but they're winning. So until that changes, I don't feel like that team's going to be changing their philosophy. If you know
Like
what I
Chuck
mean.
Dominguez says, why fix what's broken? Eagles are doing good.
Yep, agreed.
Sorry, AJ.
On the other hand, the Buccaneers, again, it was a bad matchup for them. They're injured still. They're not 100%. Maybe further down the line they'll be able to take down the Philadelphia Eagles, but it was not their day. Next, we have the Tennessee Titans getting shut out by the Houston Texans 0-26. The Texans really needed this. They really needed. They were desperate, and this is the last thing the Titans need. It was, it's like Callahan gives up play calling, and the very next game they go 0-26. So it's it didn't work. Giving up play calling, it didn't work. Yes, this is the game.
Risky.
This is the game that you were saying that the starting quarterback, when they asked him, Cam Ward, he was like, "Yeah, we're playing like ass. We're ass right now." So honestly, respect for the honesty. Also, that's fucking hilarious. So I want good things for that kid. It's just he's been unlucky with the matchups so far. I don't think we learned anything about either team. The one interesting tidbit that came out of the game is that the Texans traded away their left tackle, Cam Robinson, to the Browns. So I guess Cam Robinson started one game and then he's only been a backup since then. But it's one of those things where you're like, dude, your O-line sucks. Why would you give away your backup? Like, everybody needs like O-line, and you finally got a game that you won where they protected CJ Stroud a little. Why mess with that? I don't know, but the Texans do weird stuff sometimes. Next, one of the most exciting games of Sunday morning. Well, technically afternoon. The Rams barely coming out with a victory against the Indianapolis Colts. This game, honestly, I gotta say it, I think the Colts are for real. I don't know, they're not for real because they didn't win, but they're definitely for real.
Oh, well, I think the Rams are for real.
Oh, I know the Rams are for real, but it's.
But the Colts
question,
are definitely.
But the question
Colts
here,
are contenders.
Yeah, the question is, so they're definitely a playoff team. I'll put it there. Contenders. Ooh.
Well, I mean, contenders isn't like playoff team.
Yeah, honestly, the Colts could have, would have, should have won this game if it hadn't been for one player. Like, if it hadn't been for their wide receiver A.D. Mitchell fumbling the ball in the end zone to do like the little celebration thing, and then getting a touchback because of it, they probably would have won. And then Jonathan Taylor had a crazy long run for a touchdown, and it got called back because he was holding. So that dude had a game to forget. Definitely, he's like, hey, you know what? Maybe let's not remember this one. Let's just pretend like it didn't happen. Like, we lost because the Rams are really good, not because I'm an idiot. But yeah, not good. Not good at all. Not a good start to his career. I mean, I believe he's a second year. Yeah, I believe whatever. Doesn't matter if he's a rookie or not. That was a bonehead move. So if it hadn't been just for that guy, the Colts would have probably won. But, again.
But that just means that they are legit.
No, legit teams.
Like it was.
Legit teams don't fumble at the end zone. They don't.
Well, I mean,
To celebrate. If they get the ball knocked out, I get it. But come on.
Well, no, but what I mean is, obviously they're not just. It wasn't just a fluke. The first three weeks where it's like, oh my God, they seem like they're like a good team.
No, I get it. And actually, now I'm concerned because This Chargers schedule is Commanders, Dolphins, Colts, and I'm gonna go to that game. I'm gonna go to the Colts Chargers game, and I was expecting an easy victory, but now I'm like, oh my god, the way things are trending right now, that team might be better than ours. So that's no bueno. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know what I'm not looking forward to? It's gonna be the debut of the stupid yellow uniforms. So well, that sucks. I know that sucks. But it was kind of like the cheapest ticket, so it was like, all right, fine. Let's just.
It looks like they went pee-pee all over themselves.
I know. If they had white pants, it'd be fine. The yellow jersey's fine. The issue's the yellow pants. Even with the blue jerseys, I hate the yellow pants. They're stupid. Anyway, next we have the Jacksonville Jaguars taking down the San Francisco 49ers 26-21. We have the return of Brock Purdy. What's up?
Just as a real quick, I really miss the old Rams uniform with the gold.
I agree. Like the navy blue and the gold. It was really cool.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yep, I agree. The St. Louis Rams. Jacksonville and the 49ers. The Jacksonville defense looks legit. Apparently, they've had three turnovers or more on every single game, so they're I was gonna say the best defense, but I don't know. But the best in turnovers, I guess, in the NFL so far. The 49ers had Brock Purdy back. It was not a good game. He had 2 interceptions, and then there was a fumble at the end. So, well, a strip sack, but whatever. So, I don't know what the Jaguars are either, because I still have the memory of the Bengals game. However, in every other game, they've been doing enough to win. So we'll continue to monitor. I'm not sure about the Jaguars just yet, but they beat a really beat up San Francisco team, so that's good for them, I guess. They're going up against the Chiefs next, so that should be interesting. Speaking of...
Jacksonville is, right?
Yep. Speaking of, the Baltimore Ravens got their asses handed to them by the Kansas City Chiefs, 20-37. And not only did they lose the game and fall to 1-3, quarterback Lamar Jackson is injured with a hamstring. He might be out for 2 to 3 weeks. It's not clear. And everybody else was injured. Like I'll mention the bigger names. Left tackle Ronnie Stanley, injured. Cornerback Nate Wiggins, injured. Cornerback Marlon Humphrey, injured. Linebacker Roquan Smith, injured. So these are all stars. And I think most of those are Pro Bowlers. Fortunately for the Ravens, none of those are season-ending injuries, but holy fuck, their defense looks bad. And now without Lamar Jackson, you know what I don't understand? Why didn't they use freaking Derrick Henry more?
I've been asking that all season, actually.
They used him honestly, the Ravens need to get rid of their offensive coordinator and maybe the defensive coordinator too, because dude's stupid. It's like you have one of the best rushers in the NFL. Like Derrick Henry you gave him the ball 8 times. He got you 42 yards. That's a 5.2 average. And you only used him in the first half. Usually he gets better numbers in the second, because the other team's already beat to shit. So I don't understand what they're doing.
Fucking hammer and anvil strategy with that guy.
Yeah. So I don't know what they're doing, but it's stupid and it's costing me fantasy football points, and I don't like it because I have Derrick Henry. So maybe with Lamar Jackson gone, they'll run the ball more, but we'll see. I also hate that the Kansas City Chiefs look good, but against this Ravens defense, anybody can look good. So I don't give them any points for that. So all the people saying like, oh, the Chiefs are back, hold your horses. We'll see when they face a good defense like the Jacksonville Jaguars next week.
Ooh. Hey, well, they did get Worthy back this game, right?
Yeah. And yeah, so. I mean, he did give me a lot of points, so I was happy about that. Let me see really quick. By the way, guess who their leading rusher was?
For the Ravens?
No, for the Chiefs.
Mahomes.
No, Xavier Worthy.
Oh.
He had 2 carries for 38 yards. And he had 5 receptions for 83 yards. So yeah, he looked good. They definitely did not try to ease him in. They used him a lot. But anyway, Next, we had Sunday Night Football ending with the funniest tie of all time, maybe. Green Bay Packers visiting the Dallas Cowboys and tying 40-40 in overtime. What's the story of the game here? Are the Packers...
The story... I'll
not
tell you
for
the
real?
story. The story is the NFL should not have any fucking draws.
I agree. But what can you do?
Well, this is where we can theorize a little bit.
Sure, theorize.
Now, all right, and so I saw in McAfee that they proposed what they call I think the golden boot.
Yeah, that's not a
which
good
is
idea. That's not a good idea.
Which is basically penalties, but with like field goals, and you just start getting further and further back.
That's not a good idea.
I like better the college football one.
What's the college football one?
Basically, they just started the 20, and I think they get four, like might be first and goal, or just like they started the 20, and if you score, and then the other team gets a chance, and they don't score, you win. But essentially sudden death, and they place you like right there, like pretty much you get a drive.
I would do that second. So you do a regular overtime 10 minutes, and if victor's not decided, then you go to college rules. But I don't like the golden boot one's stupid. I don't like it.
Why?
Let's just say
come on, man, we got like the best kicker right now.
That's the thing. That's precisely the thing. Most teams are not comfortable with the idea of having all the pressure be put on their kicker. And just one player. It's a team sport. All right.
Well, maybe you should have won in the last 5 fucking quarters.
Maybe, but I mean, the other team does have a say. The other team can try to stop you. So it's one of those things where I'm like, I see the point, and I see it's similar to being penalties in soccer. But let's say you want.
But what if you make it a live play? So it's not just, the kicker goes there, you got a holder with a ball. It's an actual play with the lineman and everything.
Nope. All right, so let's just use soccer for an example. You don't have the same person kick all the penalties. Right?
Wait a minute. Chuck Dominguez says the golden boot is stupid. What? That's why, Eric. It's not soccer. I know. It's football.
Yeah, you idiot.
Football.
No, but what was I saying?
You were having an idea about
maybe lose my train of thought. Okay, so in penalties, the same player does not kick all 5 or however many they kick. They generally pick their best player, their second best player, your third. So you're putting the game in the hands of the best players and against the goalie. So you want it to be something where the best players on your team have a say. So the college thing is fine. After you have one of the 10 minutes overtime thing, then if you want to do all right, we're doing the post thing here. Okay, so we'll do the college thing. I think that'd be kind of like the fairest, because it's like you had 10 minutes, you couldn't do it. Now we're just going for basically sudden death. I don't see that being the worst thing in the world. But
no, I definitely prefer, all the players on the field, have actual football going on. I don't. But I mean, if we actually get to the point where we just can't fucking decide a winner.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't think it's going to change anytime soon. So yeah, we were talking about Cowboys.
Oh, the story of the game?
I was surprised. The Cowboys, the offense looked really good without CeeDee Lamb. Like, George Pickens was able to put the team on his shoulders and carry. Dak Prescott looked great. The pass rush from Micah Parsons, we expected him to be hungry. It was minimal. They were able to move the ball on the ground, so the offense looked really good. The Packers, on the other hand,
theory.
What's the theory?
I think that Jerry Jones told the team that if they allowed Micah Parsons to beat them, he was gonna kill him.
I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised.
He's like, listen here, motherfuckers.
Oh,
I don't care. You can tank the rest of the fucking season for all I care. I ain't letting Micah get this goddamn W. I tell you what.
yeah. By the way, Chuck Dominguez saying they should just do NFL Blitz video game rules, which would be interesting. Man, I don't know what the Packers are. Because on paper, they should be a juggernaut. Week 1 and 2 against playoff teams, they looked unstoppable. Then against the Browns and the Cowboys, they've looked like poo-poo caca. So
To be fair, if I lost against the Browns, I would get demoralized too.
you'd think they'd be motivated. You'd think they'd come out with a fire under their ass. But no, I don't know what the fuck they are. And they're going into a bye week, so maybe that gives them a lot of time to think on what happened. And again, a tie is better than a loss. I guarantee you they would have preferred tying with the Browns than losing to them, but still, I don't know what they are. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. Next, first Monday Night Football game that nobody watched. We had the Dolphins, I don't want to say dominating, but beating they didn't beat the New Jersey Jets. The Jets beat themselves, to be honest, 21-27. I don't know. I think they had a flag every single play. The Jets. Like, it was crazy. Like, the officiating in that game was nuts. Let me see if I can find the stats here. They had 13 penalties for 101 yards, the Jets. So, the Jets look lost, man. Too many penalties, too many dumb penalties, and they just, I don't know, they need to get their act together. But the Dolphins, on the other hand, showed signs of life. Unfortunately for them, they did lose Tyreek Hill for the rest of the season. He has a dislocated knee, a torn ACL, and injured ligaments. So don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. No, nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves that. You don't want to win that way. You don't want that to happen. That's not cool. That's bad karma. That's gonna come back on Herpy, and I'm gonna be mad at you. What's up?
Who the fuck is Herpy?
Justin Herbert post Madison Beer.
Oh yeah. I was actually gonna bring something up.
Wait, no. LG Boy will get mad at me. I was just kidding, man. I don't know this broad. I was just messing around. Anyway, what's up?
So this game has triggered something.
Okay.
It has triggered my ChatGPT fun fact of the week.
Oh, okay.
So,
If you would have told me, I would have had like a thing ready, like or something.
Well, I just looked it up.
All right, fair enough.
So I asked, okay, I'll tell you the prompt I gave ChatGPT. I said, give me an NFL fun fact that is relevant to this week. And what it told me is that on September 30th, which is today,
Okay.
in 2013, there was a named play that happened
Okay.
involving one of these teams. And today's the 12th anniversary of that named play.
I know it's not the butt fumble.
It is the butt fumble.
The butt fumble happened in Thanksgiving.
It's September 30th.
Thanksgiving's not in September. Let me look that
Well,
up.
then it wasn't Thanksgiving.
The butt fumble. Let me see. Butt fumble was a notorious American football play on November 22nd, 2012.
What the fuck, ChatGPT?
You see, the internet lies. You can't
what
trust
the
that
fuck?
shit. Yeah, dude,
I'm even using ChatGPT 5.
It's one of those things where I know that fun fact because I remember that every year with sometimes I like on my football groups I'm like, all right, happy anniversary of the butt fumble for on Thanksgiving because it's one of the funniest moments ever and I don't want to let it die. But it does show you like how the dangers of AI and how quickly you can look like an idiot if you trust it blindly.
No, I just put it. I just wrote on it. You lied.
The butt fumble was in Thanksgiving. You liar.
You know what's so funny? Like AI can give you some incredibly precise data and like like really organize some ideas and be very useful. And then for the most basic Google, like easily Googleable stuff, it just fucks it up somehow.
I think it's good if you give it the data. Like if you give it the parameters, it's good because it'll know exactly what information to use. So if, let's say, for example, you're like, read this paper and tell me how many times they say the word but. And it'll be able to do that very effectively, but because it's reading exactly from there. What the issue of exploring the entire internet is that the internet's full of lies. So anyway,
What?
yeah.
Well, I can give you another. Apparently, the highest scoring tie of the Super Bowl era also happened, this week or something.
It's the second
At
highest.
43-43.
Oh, really? Interesting. Oh, the second highest was this one, 40-40. All right.
Yeah. Also, it's a scoregami. This one.
Oh, fun fact. Chuck Dominguez says AI is fucking around with you. Probably, yeah. Next, finally, the final game of week 4. We had the Cincinnati Bengals getting their asses beat by the Denver Broncos in their good-looking uniforms. They should use these ones more. The ones that have more blue. The orange are stupid. We have a game here between two teams that use the stupidest color of uniforms. And them and the Buccaneers in that stupid, like creamsicle color. Anyway, 3-28.
Just quickly, Chuck Dominguez saying the AI is fucking around with you and it wanted to make you look stupid. Clearly, the AI is not watching this podcast. I make myself look stupid.
Yeah. Yeah,
All the
man.
time.
We don't need AI to look stupid. We're good at that. We some people say we're talented at being stupid.
The goats.
No. All right, so this game, I did not watch it entirely, and I didn't check the highlights because I had half an eye on it because I was in the middle of a show. But Broncos look good. Short. The important thing, Broncos look good. The Bengals, Jamar Chase quit. And if Jamar Chase quits on you, that's not a good look for your season. I also saw that Hendrickson was kind of a little bit injured, so I said in week 2 when Joe Burrow went down, all they had to do was win 6 games, five games out of the next 11 to kind of still be in it. I do not see them getting anywhere close to that. I haven't checked their schedule. Let me check it real quick. Just, because they're already 2 down, but
to be fair, if I'm Jamar Chase, I'm thinking, do I actually want to risk getting injured?
I think that's the issue.
Game?
Like he quit. Okay, they go up against the Lions, then the Packers, then the Steelers, then the Jets, then the Bears, then the Steelers, then the Patriots, then the Ravens, then the Bills, then the Ravens, then the Dolphins, then the Cardinals, and the Browns. So, I mean, out of these 2, I think they have 2 losses. 3 against the Steelers. They're not going to beat them. The Jets, they might sneak 1 against the Jets, 1 against the Bears. Let's give them 1 against the Bengals. I'm sorry, against the Steelers.
What?
So yes,
I'm not even sure they can beat the Bengals.
They beat themselves. So let's say they beat the Steelers once, because it's a divisional game. That's 3. Maybe the Patriots, and then maybe by December Joe Burrow comes back, but they're not gonna make it. The team's quitting. That's the problem. The players are quitting. So I think we need to add Zach Taylor to the hot seat.
Oh, you think?
I'm calling this pretty early.
Could this be? No, I mean, I get it, but this seems more like it's. I don't know. It seems to me like it was the office's fault.
Why?
Like their strategy for the freaking season was, oh, let's just, waste all of our fucking money on our, these star wide receivers and let Joe Burrow just die.
Yeah, it's a bad way. It's a bad way to build a team. So
I don't think that was Zach Taylor's call.
yeah, but who are you gonna fire? Because at the end of the day, no, at the end of the day, the owners had to sign off on the contracts they did on T. Higgins and Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow and all that stuff. So they had to agree to it because they're signing the checks. So
right,
if you fire your GM who did exactly what you wanted them to do and built the team the way you wanted it to be built, it's let's just say it's a lot harder for people to accept than just firing the head coach, who has been suspect for the last few seasons. Now, he did take you to a Super Bowl, but he has been suspect since. So
has he been suspect? He should have been in 2 Super Bowls. He got fucked over by the refs with the Chiefs.
Sure. But since then, I mean, I don't necessarily blame the guy. I blame him for the slow starts because that's, to me, that's on coaching. And they missed the playoffs last season because of him. The season before that, it's because Joe Burrow got injured. And this season is probably again because Joe Burrow got injured. And the team's, again, your best player quit on you. That's not good. That's on you. You are supposed to keep him in line. You're supposed to keep him motivated to still be out there. And he's not. So, anyway, let's give Chuck Dominguez some props. Broncos, honestly, if Joe was there, maybe things would have been different. Maybe, yeah, because, I mean, Joe Burrow is a special talent. But, alas, he's not. He's brittle. And that's been the story of his career.
I'm pretty sure that Broncos defense would have still killed him.
Yeah, probably. Those dudes are nasty. And I think for the first time in forever, the Broncos had a 100-yard rusher. Our boy J.K. Dobbins cracked 101 yards for the Donkeys. I am very happy for him. I am very upset that it's with the Broncos. I wanted J.K. to stay with the Chargers. I knew they should have kept him. He's a good Christian boy. Great that he's having success. It just sucks that's with the Broncos, but, what can you do? The offense...
the dirty donkeys.
Yeah, the offense looked good for the Broncos. The defense looked good. Again, it's against the Bengals, so I can't really judge them. But it's a step in the right direction. Bo Nix was looking really bad there for the past 2 weeks. Again, it's against the fucking Bengals. I can't... You would think we'd have better information by this point, so we'd be able to better or more accurately judge if these teams are doing well or not, or how talented they are. But it's been a weird season. It's been very weird. I feel like I said the same thing last season, but doesn't matter. And Chuck Dominguez saying, "Hell yeah, we did. That boy, good. Thank you for the gift." Just take care of our boy. Good. Just take care of him. And
Don't hurt him.
You know what's funny? Speaking of J.K. Dobbins, J.K. Dobbins is technically was a loner. I mean lone, not that he's loner, like lonely. They picked him up he was a free agent from the Ravens, and we only had him for one season. But he was so much fun to watch in interviews. He was so likable. He was goofy. He laughs. Do yourself a favor and look at a J.K. Dobbins podium thing. He laughs like a little kid, like hee hee hee. It's super. He's super weird. I love the guy immediately, and I was like, if they re-sign him at least for 2-3 seasons, I want his jersey because he's really good and he's phenomenal behind the mic and in the podium. So I was like, all right, but they let him go. So it's like, you know what? Other players, I'm like, you know what? You're gone. You're dead to me. But JK, even though we only had him for a season, I want good things for you. He's a good boy. So
I miss him more than Joey Bosa.
I hadn't even thought of Joey Bosa the entire season. Granted, he's with the Bills, and you don't really think about that. But I'm indifferent to Joey because there's a lot of negatives that came with Joey, and I don't mean that he got injured. I mean on the playoff game against the Jaguars where he got penalized like crazy and like unsportsmanlike and stuff. It's like, dude, you just stop him. It's your fucking job. No, I get it, under Brandon Staley, but whatever. Point is, good for him. I hope that his success continues, except against the Chargers. Anyway, that's it. Is there anything else you want to mention?
This has been, I would say, the most unpredictable week so far.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Like I think I was slightly positive on my picks, but overall, this was a weird one. Hoping it was one of those just anomalies and everybody gets their shit together the upcoming weeks. But hopefully this doesn't.
I don't care.
This isn't an indicator of things to come.
As long as the Chargers get their shit together, it's fine. Everybody else can keep their shit, all scrambled up. By the way, Dominguez said, "Oh shit, Bosa was a trade." No, Bosa was not a trade. They let him go, so they basically cut his contract, and he was picked up by the Bills. So they're still paying him a bit, I think. So it wasn't a trade, but yeah, I agree. Hopefully, they turn around. I'm tired, man. It's been a rough weekend. But before I forget, comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at DariusDW and at Super Dario World. Again, like this video, share this video, subscribe to this channel. If we get 10,000, we will do a 10,000-mile road trip. Or we'll try. Anyway. No.
And also join the league. It's fun.
Yeah, I think week 6 is the cutoff. Even right now, it's very difficult. Like the coin's not doing well. Are you free to record tomorrow? Should we do this off the air? We'll just talk off the air.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, as always, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again next time.